Yo, what do you think? Back and forth from the two configure. All right, hold on. Yeah, I screwed it up. Let me turn the lights on so that you can actually see the actual video feed and shite. Oh, this is the thing that I thought was going to take half the day, bro. I'm not doing bad right now. Yeah, yeah. I was about to talk to you and be like, yeah, I know you're calling me right now. I'm doing something. You're gonna fucking wait. Don't wait your turn, son. What do you think, though, the format so far? I know it was just a quick look at the spreadsheet and everything. This is the actual brake configuration screen right here. How about both of them? Not really. I don't. You, yeah, exactly. That drawer thing that I can pull out and push forward so I can adjust shit. Hell yeah, I do. That's as far back as it goes. Let's say that they chose that one. Put the other one back. Come here. Rip the envelope off. Blah, 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 blah with the envelope. You're going to see this 10 seconds later. You're talking to me live. Take the envelope, blah, 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 blah. See the envelope. I'm actually going through it. And then slice, slice, slice. If they decide to go with this, show them that it's sealed all the way around. Blah, blah, blah. And then I go like this. I slice, I slice. I then go like this. I slice. Go like this, and then I open the flaps up, and that's the helmet, or the item, or the prize, or the whatever. You're going to see all that in about 10 seconds. I'm glad we don't have any subscribers on our YouTube channel yet, because people could be catching this shit. Yeah, because I'm not deleting it, because this is going to be archived for us forever, because this is going to be, yeah. What happened to the video, the big camera? Why am I not seeing? Oh, because I did this. It's got a cap. The camera has a cap. Oh, did I? Yeah, buddy, he is on here too. All right, my man. All right. Russ, how you doing, bro? Can you guys hear the audio? Is that fine? Are you hearing any audio through the channel? Dipshit, you're on the phone with me. Of course you're going to hear phone audio. What I need to know is if you... I'm asking you because you're my partner and we're supposed to be configuring this, and this is just simply supposed to be entertainment for Russ right now. He's supposed to be laughing his ass off at us acting like donkey clowns trying to get this shit configured. We're not going to involve him in the donkey clownedness. He's just going to sit here as a spectator. Damn, bro. Excellent. Thank you, Russ. Audio is good, and I'm getting that from somebody. Well, I'm getting that from somebody who's not actually on the telephone with me, confusing the two fucking audio sources. Genius, by the way. Just putting that out there. You know, you got to be 2% smarter than the rock you're trying to throw. Okay, just saying. Just to put it out there. Yeah, you do. If it's loud, I can turn it down. Thank you, Russ. I've got this set to like maximum volume, maximum sensitivity. As I'm doing this, are you hearing any volume change? Is it getting more and more quiet? Because I'm keeping my voice volume the same, but I'm scrolling this bar down. That's supposed to, I hope that's what this does, is reduce the volume, the output volume. How loud is it now? Because here's the thing too, Russ, I was kind of yelling a little bit. And I will talk more like this than like anything else. I've got to do something. Okay, okay, for clarity, you're talking about YouTube. Okay. Audio went in, down, and out. Okay, here's the thing. Okay, yeah, what I did was I was adjusting the. So I've isolated the output, and this is going to be the strongest suggestion that I've got for anybody who ever wants to go live or who has ever gone live and is having audio problems. You've got to plug in an isolated boom mic and disable the microphone on all of your cameras. And that's going to simplify things. Now you've got to make sure you have a good quality boom mic. I think that you guys helped me determine that the one that I'll be using is good enough because it picks up the audio. Then I had to adjust sensitivity, and it's all the output sensitivity because I'm adjusting it in Streamlabs, and it pushes it all final adjusted one track. It shoots it right to YouTube no matter what. So I had to adjust it, and I'm just getting used to these controls still. So hopefully this is going to work out for the overall settings. I wanted to put something in the background there. I had that Brooklyn Dodgers because I figured I'd put a neutral team, and it's a really cool picture, the one that you got me in. But when I do it with the lighting and everything, there's a lot of background glare, you know what I mean, because it's in a plastic. It's in one of the top loaders, and it produces a lot of glare. But it is just a background thing, right? And I honestly am thinking about putting it back up there because it's better than brown wood, because I'm not going to have time to create anything sports break retreat and stick it up there as far as our like logo thing. Dude, I have already been there. I'm aware. I've done all of that, and if you adjust it too low, then you lose the lighting. And as soon as you get it to the point where your lighting is right for the lighting of the event, then it gets glary. You know what I mean? There is no middle because one is too little, one is too bright. You know what I mean? So it's just I took that down, but now looking at it, it looks really bland, and I'm almost thinking I'm going to put that back up at some point, just to have something in that background. Oh, and Russ, just to give you a heads up, I'm going to turn this guy a little bit. You see that guy right there? This is a full helmet display. One way or another, that's being given away tonight. That's one of the glass cases for a helmet, a full glass up. So one way or another, somebody's walking out with that tonight, because I don't have room to put another helmet in there. So somebody's going to have the luxury of at least one of their lids being nicely protected. Yeah, man, I'm excited. I thought this piece was going to take a lot longer than it did getting configured. Hold on. I'm gonna, before you give me this good news on the phone, because Russ can't hear it, I'm gonna share something with Russ real quick. So Russ is a little sneak preview insider, in yeah, whatever you want to call it, because I'm still waking up here, so my vocabulary is limited very much. Going to be some Raz items tonight. We have a series going with RSA, Rochester Sports Authority, or Sports Autographs. It's an exclusive football jersey series, but we're putting the madness twist on it because the next thing I'm going to do is cycle through a couple items. I'm going to put them on camera. Yeah, I'm going to make this a thing. Hold on, Anthony. I'm going to show him the Marino collection one by one. One by one. So, Russ, we have what's called the Madness series. It's a 20 box series. It's this guy right here to my left. Bada bing, right? 20 of those. The mystery box is attached. You'll understand. We'll explain it all later. But the point being, in these boxes, in these envelopes, randomly assorted, are wild cards. The wild cards get you entry into this. It's Dan Marino, authentic, Fanatic certified, vintage helmet, the Dan Marino mini. I gotta go grab the rest of this stuff because there's a bunch more stuff. Totally done. Totally done. I do. I do. Oh yeah, cherry popping. That, my friend, is an authentic, vintage Dan Marino signed football. That's authenticated by Upper Deck. Oh, and I know I got something else here for the Dan Marino collection because we're not done yet. We are not done yet, bruh. And this guy, the Dan Marino jersey. Oh yeah, it's an on-field authentic vintage, my friend. This is through his career. They had different style jerseys. You know, they always changed the artwork even back then. Not as often as they do now, but that was one of the years that he played. That was the on-field style, the actual style. Literally, you could have taken it off his shoulders, sign it. That's authentic vintage Dan Marino. All of what you see here, my friend, all of this is going to one winner at the end of 20 boxes, bro. Who gives headliners like this headliner series after 20 boxes, right? Pretty cool. I'm excited to show everybody that. I'm excited to actually give that away. That's a lot. That's a huge value, but that's a full Dan Marino collection right there. And if you're not a Dan Marino guy, like myself, you know, I'm a New England guy, so that's massive trade bait for anybody. For anybody. And it took us a little while to acquire all that stuff. But yeah, everything there is autographed minus the patch. And yeah, this is going to be the series headliner. And with this, the only way you get into this are golden tickets. There's no other way. There's no, yeah, I want to buy a spot for that. No, you can't. You can't. This is golden tickets and golden tickets alone. The golden tickets look like this. I put a bit of time and I actually made them up. You can't really see very well all the writing, but I'll read it off to you. You know, congratulations. This ticket entitles the bearer one entry into the Madness series finale, the Everything Dan Marino collection. And my brother, I'm putting your name on the back of this one. You've got the very first golden ticket for the Dan Marino collection, Russ. And that's just for coming in and jumping in at the right time, really. And not for nothing, because my partner, Anthony, audio apparently is complicated to him. He couldn't tell which feed he was hearing me from. So right now, what did we figure, Anthony? I think that there's going to be right around 50 golden tickets total. Yeah, 50 golden tickets total. Yep, yep, only 50. And the 50 are going to be spread between this Madness series and today, hopefully about 11 o'clock, the RSA jerseys come in. And we're doing the Madness twist on the RSA jerseys. I'm going to box them up and everything, and they're going to have a couple of golden tickets in there. There's wheel spins. Yeah. Yeah, buddy. Okay, that's what I thought. That's what I told him. He asked how many, and Yeah, that's what I thought. Because right now, if I remember correctly, right now we're teetering right around 29-30 as far as what's in the Packaged Madness series, with 20 more to hand out. Um, yes, and Russ, yeah, give you a heads up. You can win more on Facebook, more golden ticket entries. That's going to be an offer. I think it's through the first weekend after this weekend. That concludes. But there are opportunities on Facebook to get golden tickets. And the one thing that Anthony and I talked about, we're big on participation award, right? So you're going to be able to acquire golden tickets without having to buy anything. It's no purchase necessary. You know what I mean? You come in the room, you hang out. I'm going to randomly drop some silly line. Call Yoda a douchebag, but you have to spell it this way. And then that verifies everybody reads the line, and then they drop it. The first 10 people get randomed. Top person gets a golden ticket. Silly stuff like that. But I'm putting Russ's name on the back of this first golden ticket first, bro. Yeah, that's what I thought. I knew it was Russ. I'm going back and forth. I knew it was Russ. I just kept wanting to write 42 for some reason, not 24. So the first golden ticket has been awarded. The first golden ticket belongs to Russ 24. And yep. Yeah, no problem. No, that's cool, Russ. It's all about the banter. We called it it's a retreat and lounge. You know what I mean? The one thing that Anthony and I were talking about, and as we all do, we all know people who break outside besides ourselves. You know what I mean? And there are certain environments that just trigger people's anxiety. This is meant to be the exact opposite. You know what I mean? It's not supposed to be a high-strung, tense, you know, at each other's throat, competitive, competing. We decided to do random. There's no pick a team, so there's no at each other's throat, and it helps just keep the lounge environment going. You know what I mean? Because there are multiple prizes in each box. There's no need. Yeah, yeah. It becomes a more diverse winning combination as far as, 31 people don't lose, one person wins. You know what I mean? Now there are multiple winners. And even the people that don't end up winning out of each box, we've got little surprises along the way to kind of offset and minimize people that have been on a cold streak. Because again, this is a break room. The perspective of the breakee plays strong. You go on a cold streak, um, it sucks in any room. You know what I mean? Um, but we're going to bring it to the next level and kind of offset those cold streaks as much as we can. You know what I mean? Like I said, it's a break room. Oh yeah. There's what we're calling, for lack of better terms, participation award. Right? We track the series, who got it, how many spots throughout the series. And let's say that somebody bought, throughout the 20 boxes, they bought 10, 15 spots, didn't win anything, right? There's the, hold on. There's, Russ, there are the de-icer awards, right? And the hand and feet warmers to get you out of your cold streak, right? Those are little trophies. Those are not the prize. Those are little props to go with the prize. The people that are on cold streaks or whatever. You know what I mean? Like I said, everything's been thought of, and it's more of a break room. But the windshield de-icer and stuff, yeah, kind of joking around, but at the same time too. You're on a cold streak. I'm cold as ice. You know what I mean? So here's your de-icer. We're gonna get you off your cold streak. You know what I mean? Oh yeah, Russ. This is something that we've been doing. We've been putting this together thoroughly, trying to put it together for the last, I don't know, 9 months to a year. Um, Working with RSA for the last 4.5, 5 months to get their Jersey series together. Um, COVID really messed that up. Oh, which, by the way, after that, that's the last reference we will ever make of COVID. Moving forward, it is the virus in which I will not name. That is how we, because I'm not giving that shit the respect that everybody else is. F that stuff. Because, yeah, it's a knockoff. It's a Chinese knock now. Bad joke. But yeah, no, yeah, there's a lot in the back end, very thorough on it. And hopefully, people enjoy it. That's the most important thing, you know what I mean? And we kind of took aspects from different break rooms that we enjoyed and kind of tried to merge them into one, all the best and, nothing less. Well, you keep talking to me, right? I see you in the chat room as well. Why don't you start participating, partner, and chat some of this shit? Why am I your voice? You got a voice, you got fingers, and you got thumbs. Text your own stuff, dog. Shit. Whose assistant is who? I'm not your assistant. Yes. But I'm serious. One of us is laughing right now, and one of us is serious. Okay? And I'm not the one being, yes, you are. And I'm being serious. In no fucking way am I your assistant bitch. Now, when you have the ability to text the same thing you want me to tell Russ, I see a conflict of interest there. I see that your thumbs work. I mean, the last I talked to you, you didn't get into an accident. They didn't get ripped off your hands or anything. You know what I mean? So they're still there. So I'm just confused as to why you can't, express your own opinions. Dude, that shit ain't happening this week. That shit ain't happening, and I'll tell you why. Because when I just figured out how to go live and get the feed to shoot through YouTube, number one, we got to go premium to be able to shoot to 2 channels at once. We can only configure to 1, and then after that it's premium, and what you just asked is a premium feature. Yes, I'll be able to bring you in the future, but we got to pay the premium, and that's the annual fee, and then I've got to figure out how to do it, and that's the biggest headache, you know what I mean? So one step at a time. Unless you get overzealous and decide to try it. Huh? Oh, I'll make it private. Or make it, yeah, whatever that word is. Because it came from China. See? Not for nothing. You simple son of a bitch. Russ is calling you out, motherfucker. Russ is calling you out. Dude is driving and he can text, and he's keeping right up with chat, bro. What's your fucking issue? You're driving a truck. I know you're going slower than he is right now, so slow your roll, donkey. Yeah. That's the thing. This guy's like my brother, and that's all we do is bust each other's balls. That's all we do. We are good at that. Russ asks, is that all you guys are going to do is argue? Hell yeah. Not for nothing, some of these fun little gambles and bets we're going to have with each other online, I will get you to wear a dress. You think your Tampa Bay Bucks are going to have a better record than my New England Patriots, especially now with Cam Newton? I will put that to the test. With Russ as our witness right now, here is the bet. I'm throwing it down. Throw down the gauntlet, you son of a bitch. Come halfway through the season, however this, modified season plays out, halfway through the season, whoever's got the better record needs to go a full day wearing a dress. All right? And then at the end of the season, whoever's got a better record needs to do the live feed in a dress. The entire thing in a dress. With makeup on. Lipstick, the blush, the whole 9 yards. Yeah, and if I lose, then the video gets disappeared and there's no video evidence, and the only person we've got to bribe is Russ. You know what I mean? Send him a nice helmet, and I'm sure he'll forget that this conversation ever happened as well. So, not for nothing. I don't think anybody's got your back on this one, bro. This is one of those bets where you lose either way. Because if the Patriots have a better record, you're wearing a dress. If Tampa Bay has a better record, I forgot the bet occurred. You know what I mean? It's simple. You know what? You got my quarterback plus 20 years. He's a phenomenal quarterback. He was even better, but not for nothing. Yeah, that's what my mom used to say the same thing to me. My son is a genius. My son is a genius. And then I got to be 8 years old and my age caught up to my intelligence, okay? That's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. Okay, the framers, right? So here's the deal. RSA is doing about the same thing as Ultimate was. Ultimate didn't frame their own stuff. They had somebody subcontracted to do the framing. Now RSA had a guy, and Anthony's on the R, RSA had a guy that was too far away. They got a new agreement with somebody, better pricing and stuff. And so far, so good with this new contract that they have. They're not the simple, just traditional framing. There's some flair to them. You know what I mean? They're nice. They're nice. But as you also know, Ultimate, their guys, they have a style. You go somewhere else, the style is going to be similar but not the same. Little flair differences. These guys have a couple of flair differences, but they are definitely not base frames. You know what I mean? They've got the double mat cutout for the team name and everything else, but there's a couple added little supplements. Plus, if I remember correctly, they had multiple tier framing. So you could have a simple base frame. You could have, what I would call a mid-grade. They have different terms for it. And then you could get a premier framing, you know what I mean? And I think all of them were under $200, which is not bad for a premier. Because with shipping for the base, with the Ultimate, it cost me $95. And that's just the simple base framing. But that again was 16 by 20 as well. That's right. That wasn't a jersey. Jerseys are traditionally a little more expensive. No, no doubt. No doubt. No doubt. Oh yeah, Russ. That's the other thing that I'm really, really, really excited about. Now, I think I gave the analogy already. The Hit Parade and Gold Rush and RSA. If Hit Parade and Gold Rush were the Yankees and the Red Sox, RSA is the field that they play on. RSA is the league that they play in because RSA supplies both of those guys with their jerseys, assigned jersey, with all their products. You know what I mean? So these guys are massive. These guys host private signings, and hopefully, I think that well, definitively, it's going to give us access to more personalized, more specifically special inscriptions. You know what I mean? The unique inscriptions, not the personalization, but the inscriptions. You know what I mean? Get better and more thorough, more unique inscriptions. Gives us more direct access to the players, and hopefully moving down the road, it'll give us direct access to the players. You know what I mean? Um, Making it possible to continue doing things like the Dan Marino collection, and making it cost effective. You know what I mean? Anthony and I traded some of our stuff off, bought some of these things, but over time it took us a good amount of time to collect this stuff. You know what I mean? We'd like to do it again, but we don't want to have to wait 6 months and trying to find another collection and acquire it. This could be a streamline to do it. You know what I mean? This is a guy that's got access to DeAndre Hopkins and some of the majors. And I don't care what anybody says. In my opinion, D Hop is top three in the league, if not better. I don't care where he plays. He is such a phenomenal receiver. You put him anywhere, and he is just going to shine. Ooh, ooh, Russ, I might be interested. Oh, Russ, it's funny you say Favre. Anthony, I need you to read the chat. Russ needs a Favre sign. Russ needs a Favre sign. Yeah, so here's the deal. Anthony's got a connection to get for the private signing for Brett Favre. When is that? Is that August? Yeah, keep an eye on the Facebook. Anthony will put the post up. It looks like it's August 24th. Private signing Brett Favre. Zona is going to be huge, huge, huge with Gurley as well, right? Yeah. Oh no, no, no. Yeah, not to limit it. Yeah, not to limit it. The private signing people. We've got more than RSA access to get those signings done, but RSA is a major supporter, major supplier because they've got a lot of already built agreements with and relationships with a lot of the majors. He's charging a grip. What do you mean, Russ? Hold on. What do you mean, Russ? Is it 195 for inscriptions, Ant? For that signing with Favre? Okay. Hey Russ, message Ant on Facebook either through SBR or through his personal. Um, he's gonna give you the update and all the information because it was sent to him through Facebook, so that's his reference for the data. But I think it's less. It's not 195 in inscription. I think this Anthony was saying he thinks it's like 125, which is not bad. Um, and that comes with Favre COA. He's charging a grip. What does that mean? Favre charging a grip. He's looking. All right, give me 1 second, Russ. Not ignoring. I got to step away. I'm gonna go outside, have a cigarette real quick, and refill my coffee. Check the mail and see if any of the stuff I'm expecting has come in today. I love last minute. Alright, I'm back. Thank you, Russ. Being patient. Wanted to make a mail check. Check the post or the mailbox as well in the front door. Make sure any of the product I'm waiting for comes in. I know a little bit relying on some of that for some supplement diversity. I've got 3 Series 14 bats. Now this is the Aaron Judge, Hank Aaron, and I'm trying to remember the third headliner. I have the sheet, the headliner sheet. Overall, looks like a phenomenal series of bat. I was Griffey Jr. is one of the headline. Yeah, there's a bunch. It looks like a really nice series. Overall, I think they stepped up the headliner tiers because normally when you see a Mike Trout or an Aaron Judge headliner in the bat series, they usually go kind of weak on the rest of the headliners because those are such expensive bats. This one's Aaron Judge, not on a Pro or a Rawlings. It's on, you know, a game model, so it's even nicer. Yeah, I was really impressed. So I picked up a few of those. We've got some multi-sport 16 by 20s if they come in. We'll have some football hot packs tonight. And what else? The Jersey series that's going to be the collaborated effort with RSA. We're going to have the golden tickets, wheel spins, all kinds of good stuff there. The Madness Box series. I feel like I'm missing something right now. Again, still just waking up, and I was in tech mode, thinking that I was going to have to be in tech mode a lot longer than it turned out just to get this feed live. So I'm kind of ahead of the game a little bit for today, which is awesome. Yeah, very excited for tonight. I hope people enjoy it. Anthony and I have been been working on this for quite a while, and we truly think we have embodied the break-ease perspective, because, you know, as you know, we all started out participating, and up until tonight, that's all I've been, you know, so putting the other hat on, trying it new, and wanted to give something that was kind of a give back, you know what I mean? I love having the multiple winners. Oh, and this is the other unique thing, Russ, you are going to love this. So, step-by-step, quick verbal description. You know, everybody gets random, the teams get random, the person gets random. If it's a 10 random, because we're going to determine by 2 dice roll how many times we randomize, we cut that number in half, and whoever's on top is going to be getting something halfway through. And then we go the full random amount, and we drop the names. We randomize the teams as well. So everything is truly random. So then you now know what team you have. Okay. So there are 3 categories in each box. All 3 always represented. There's a wild card. There's an extra point envelope. And then there's the, what we're calling, quote unquote, the full size helmet spot. 3 winners in every box, at least. But this is the beauty. You always have a choice. Anthony and I kind of really loved those choose your own adventure novels when we were kids. So this is emulated to that as well. It's you're choosing your own destiny. In the beginning, let's say that you end up winning the wild card envelope. You can choose between taking what's in it or taking a wheel spin. And before you make your choice, we're going to show you the wheel and what's on the wheel so you can, you know, make your decision accordingly, and it's not, you know, a mystery. You know what your, you know, chances are and different things on the wheel, and the envelope is obviously a mystery. So you pick. Whatever you don't pick then goes as an option for the next person. So then we go to the bigger envelope, the extra point envelope. Do you want the envelope or do you want the wheel spin? Let's say that you chose the envelope with a wild card, so that wheel spin will transfer to the next person. They have their envelope or a wheel spin, and they choose the envelope. That wheel spin will then go to the full-size helmet option. The full-size helmet option will always have 3 choices. It's a whatever's in the Madness full-size helmet box, or you can take the mystery box, or you can take a wheel spin. So yeah, we incorporated, you know, kind of a choose your own adventure, and we both agreed that was exactly why we did it, Russ. More gambling is always good. And it's not more money gambling, it's more choices, more option gambling. You know what I mean? It's not like we're trying to get more money with the more options. It's just we like, I guess, the overall, I like to have more control. I'm not a control freak, but I don't like my decisions or my outcomes to be completely at the whim of, you know, random. You know, I want the illusion of choice because you don't know what's in either anyway. You know what I mean? But to give you an option, that was just something that we don't see in a lot of the break rooms. You don't get choices. You know what I mean? You're limited to what's there, to what's in, what you want. This directs you. You can direct yourself as to which way you want to go, what you want to take. You know what I mean? Within certain assumed guidelines. You know what I'm saying? It was just, you know, an incorporated theory that, you know, we figured we were going to revamp it and try something new. You know, everybody's got the standard break room style, and it works, and it's good. Don't get me wrong. I mean, it's very reliable, but this is a little twist on, you know what I mean? Figured we tried something a little different, and, you know, see how the community takes it. See how they react to it. See if it's something they enjoy. And then, you know, with this, we had to really scrutinize because, you know, we didn't even want there to be an illusion of anything but on the up and up. You know what I mean? So when you allow options and choices, now you've got to analyze as the breaky perspective, as the breaker perspective, to make sure that there's no, you know, even vague, well, that kind of feels sketchy, you know, that sort of feeling you get if there's something that you can't put your finger on, but it doesn't feel right. You know what I mean? We wanted to eliminate all that as well. You know, so it was kind of a reevaluation of every step of the break. You know what I mean? And that was a bit time consuming because, you know, you've got to scrub every thought through the process of hypothetical reality. You know what I mean? And apply it, so to speak, to see if it works. And there was a lot of trial and error with that. You know what I mean? A lot of great ideas that won't say got abandoned, but they were once it was thoroughly applied. Yeah, a lot of things don't work in reality. Hypothetically, they would have been great. You know what I mean? So we tried to take as much as we could apply. And every aspect, I think, is kind of unique. And that was the goal, you know, something new, something, you know, fun, more interactive, more entertaining. Yeah, yeah. You had mentioned Brett Favre. My father was a gargantuan Green Bay Packers fan. Yeah, Brett Favre. He loved Brett Favre. I got a few Brett Favre things here. I'm still chasing my first Favre helmet, my full size. I don't have one yet. I don't have Favre or Aaron Rodgers. I would love either, but to be honest with you, Favre is less expensive. Aaron Rodgers, because he's a present player, you know what I mean. It's just more market desire for him. But I would still prefer a Favre over a Aaron Rodgers, just because. Ooh, that's a good question, Russ. So, ah, gotcha, gotcha. Um, if you scroll down below the video, there should be Sports Break Retreat logo somewhere, and if you right click and open a new window, you don't lose the screen that you're on, and the next window should pop you right to the Sports Break Retreat YouTube homepage, and then I think you can subscribe from there. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Aaron. You know what I mean? When he replaced Favre, I know it was more of a Green Bay Packer decision, um, but for everything Favre did for that team, man, it feels like it was similar as to the way Brady departed with the Patriots. You know what I mean? For everything that he gave the Patriots, do I believe that he's worth his present ability for success is worth? No. But for everything that he has done for that team, you're supposed to suck it up for a year or two and let the goat go with his head held high, running from playing for one team his whole career. That's, you know, that's what I was expecting. I was not really expecting what I saw. Um, it really surprised. That surprised me. But I've never been a fan of Aaron Rodgers. He's talented. Don't get me wrong. Mad skills on the field. But from what I've heard, he's not the easiest to get along with. He's not the nicest guy in the locker room. Yeah. Let me see if I can't help you with that. Because what I'm looking at right now, Russ, I'm actually not on the YouTube. I'm pushing through Streamlabs, so I'm just running this through Streamlabs, and it's popped up the chat, so I can read you there. Um, Anthony, if you can hear this, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, that's right, Russ. You're a gargantuan Minnesota fan, aren't you? Yeah, I definitely think they let go of Brett Favre too early. He proved it when he went, just like you said, case in point. Proved it when he went to Minnesota. He still had plenty of gas left in the tank because you guys almost went all the way. And you know how much of a challenge that is for even a veteran, skilled quarterback like that? Put him on a new team. That's the issue. The new team, the chemistry is not there. He's got to catch up to speed big time really quickly. And, in the short time that he was in Minnesota, the success proved that he is very, very, very unique. And he's on his own tier as far as, you know, ability to adjust and to the dude is all football. You know what I mean? To come in and just learn a new complete offense in a short amount of time and prove that he had the success that he did. I mean, even Peyton Manning, right? When he went to Denver, he was there for 4 years, and it wasn't until his third and fourth year that he was actually, showing that he was worth the investment. You know what I mean? And then he won the first Super Bowl and won the next one on year 3 or 4 of his Denver career after Indy. Ah, gotcha, gotcha. Yeah, that's probably what's up. If he would have won a Super Bowl with you guys, not for nothing, that would have been the absolute defining, most definitive slap in the face to the Green Bay Packers. You know what I mean? Literally, you gave up on him too early. Bottom line, they definitely gave up on him too early. That's just a fact. But if he would have won a Super Bowl with Minnesota, oh my God, that would have probably have been his most satisfying accolade in the NFL career that he had. Going to a new team, kind of giving them, hypothetical, the methodical middle finger, if you will, to Green Bay and be like, see, yep, you gave up too soon. Yeah, yeah, I agree. I absolutely agree. I absolutely agree. The safe play Rogers, you know what I mean? He won't throw a bomb if there's a defender within like 3 to 5 feet of the receiver. You know what I mean? There's no long bomb down the field if that's the case. He's one of those, and it surprises me as safe as he tends to play the long bomb. It surprises me he had the interception ratio that he did. But yeah, no, I'm not a fan. I like the old school football more than the new generation football, if you will. Um, Perfect. This is the way perfect. I can. I preferred football prior to the Wildcat offense creation. You know what I mean? That was a different era, and it was weird that one year was a solid pivot year. But that was when Miami had that Wildcat offense for the first year. Nobody could react to it. Everybody was all blah. And then the next year, it was just another offense because everybody, learned to defend against it, and it wasn't special anymore. You know what I mean? That's the same way I feel about Lamar Jackson, by the way. At the end of the season last year, they actually kept him in the pocket. They contained his running, and they were forcing him to be a quarterback. And I think a lot of other defenses are going to pick up that game plan. And I think this year you're going to see Lamar Jackson be forced to be a quarterback, not a RB quarterback. You know what I mean? It's going to help people like Marquise Brown, increase their overall performance ceiling. But I don't think Lamar Jackson's going to get away with as many, ground yards this next year. I think we've seen the best of him, and I think that's the same case in point with the Wildcat offense. It was new. Give the NFL time. They'll adjust. They'll learn to defend it, and they've learned to defend him. And I think that's what we're going to see next year. Yeah, bro. We definitely will be. I will most certainly hit you up directly. Um, we, yeah, we've been flirting with creating a bat series. Now, you know me, I'm a baseball guy as well, and, you know, developing a pretty solid bat collection. And, you know, when we're chasing a particular bat, how many bats do you win that you don't really want in the pursuit of the bat that you do? You know what I mean? So I got a bunch of bats that, you know, they're taking up space. You know, they're not even displayed. I don't have room to display them all. They're still in tubes, you know. We were thinking about putting a baseball bat series together because RSA actually has some very solid names. A hybrid series, make it another Madness-esque series with a series headliners. It'd probably be another collection, you know what I mean, a baseball player collection. Um, Ironically, you know, before Alkaline passed away, I've always been an Alkaline fan. Alkaline, I'm sorry, it's not Alkaline because that's the battery. Alkaline. And he recently passed. I've got a couple of Alkaline things that I'm still trying to pick up some. That might be a future collection player. Yeah. I've also been looking for early win. Mad old player. We're talking that was Honus Wagner era, I think, early win. Yeah, something like that. Unless I'm even confusing sports now. Again, I haven't had enough coffee. Um, yeah, yeah, it's a whole new idea, and I think that the other side of the coin is Anthony and I have been talking, and one of the big, not hesitations, but postponements of going live was the deliberate not wanting to step on anybody's toes. You know what I mean? I talked to Anne Marie last night. I thought that Bam and Anne Marie were at a wedding this weekend, so we were planning it for this weekend, so that we weren't stepping on any toes. You know what I mean? And my only regret now, after speaking with Anne Marie last night, they didn't go with the virus, in which we will not name, wreaking havoc everywhere. It was decided that it was safer for them, so they will be live this weekend, and that's my only regret, because I absolutely, we were trying to strategize and strategically drop when nobody else was going to be, because obviously, you know, the point is not to step on each other's toes at all, ever. So that's the only regret for tonight. But yeah, it looks like it's probably going to become in intervals of, you know, like 2 weeks off in between. Like when we've been, again, it's kind of more of a wham bam thank you ma'am, you know, short and sweet, 20 box series. But when this series ends, it's probably going to be a pocket of offline for 2 weeks while we rebuild and everything for the time being, because a lot of this is coming out of our pockets and our collection to build from the beginning, and that's a limitation, you know. But as we build and are able to diversify, we are absolutely going to reach out to. Now that I know, I'm definitely going to reach out to you directly, Russ. Um, my real name is Tory, Tory Stoddard, Stoddard. The more official Torrance, but I don't know if you can tell with my personality, I'm anything but a stuffy formal Torrance. So I abandoned that name, I think, before I could talk. So it's always been Tory or T or TJ or, you know, something casual, common. I'm just not a formal, not unless I'm in the office, and I really, really detest wearing a suit and everything. I'm not a suit guy if I don't have to be. But up until the end of March, I was the agency IT manager for a nonprofit, children's nonprofit. So there were times that I had to do the stuffy, you know, board meetings and everything else, and oh my god, that was the worst part of the job. Yeah, yep. Yeah, I'm actually looking around because that was one of the things that I was going to put off until this morning. Pick out a couple of random items as RAS options. Yeah, yeah. I figured it was either Russ, Russell, Rusty, you know, something like that. I wasn't going to start calling you Andrew. Yeah, you know what? It's still just you and me. Yeah. Let me show you one of the recent acquisitions. Now, this was not a win. This was a straight purchase. But, and when I tell you, I'm a Yankees fan. I'm a diehard Yankees fan. So, share a piece of my collection with you. If I can get that to show beautifully. I think I might have to drop this brightness down. I don't know if you can read that, but that is the Babe. That's a Babe Ruth baseball. And that, my friend, is, whoops, a Lou Gehrig. Whoops, I guess I should pop it so you can see it. Yeah, that's Lou Gehrig on the side there. The gentleman died of Lou Gehrig's disease. You know, the joke is, how the hell did he not see that one coming? I'm bad. But yeah, that's my one of my new holy grails, my Babe Ruth Lou Gehrig. That's something that was a joint investment that I'm thinking about letting Anthony off the hook, because we were going to buy it together and sell it. But the longer I have it here, the more I want to make it part of my personal collection, because I will never get another Babe Ruth signed anything. That was a phenomenal deal considering. And then my holy trinity. Oh, when I say I'm a Yankees fan, bro, I'm telling you, I'm a Yankees fan. And I'm taking apart, kind of separating my well-orchestrated display to show you this. My holy trinity. Those are my three babies. Yep. Those are my favorite three cards of everything that I've got. By far. I mean, hands down. Anthony's harassed me a couple times, told me I should sell the Mickey rookie and buy a house. For some reason, the Mickey rookie is more valuable and practical to me than having my own house. Oh, I'll get a house one day, but, you know, I've got the Mickey now. I get rid of the Mickey, and then, you know, it's a sad day for a while. So, yeah, when I acquired that, I decided that was going to be more of a permanent fixture. But, yeah. Oh, you know what? While I got you on, good, I'm going to ask you a question. I want your opinion on something. I want you to tell me whether you think this is desirable enough to be a Raz item tonight, my friend. This is Roy Halladay. Now, I believe I know you to be a baseball fan. I believe you know who this dude is. This is the Hall of Famer that by the time he was inducted, he had passed. His wife um, accepted his Hall of Fame inductee commencement. It is autographed. And here's the thing. It is signature rookies, Roy Halladay, with their hologram. This is not JSA, PSA, or anything, because signature rookies is like they were their own kind of non-licensed product back in the day. They handled minor league stuff. You know, case in point, the Dungeon. Um, that is not a photo. That is a blown-up card. He has that exact card in the set. This is a limited of 3,000. I know the number sounds big, but back then they didn't do anything with small number prints. You know what I mean? They had Donruss Elite in 1990. They put out Elite cards. It was a parallel subset. Very rare to get. There were 10,000 of each card. The George Brett was still like 100, 150 bucks back in the day. There's no autograph. There's nothing. The player never touched it. It's just a rare parallel. You know what I mean? And that was numbered to 10,000 back in the day and worth that much. This was a 3,000 run, each hand signed, blown up version of the card on card stock by the same people who manufactured the card. I was thinking about putting that up as one of the Raz items tonight, but I didn't want to because, again, it's Roy Halladay. I'm a baseball guy and football guy, so I obviously recognize the name. Solid, solid name. But I don't know if everybody would recognize or appreciate that. And I don't want to put anything in front of anybody that a majority of people um, might not be interested in. You know what I mean? One other thing, it won't be going up tonight, but it will be going up soon. Um, After I won the Walter Payton jersey, I started getting creative, and I figured if I was going to frame it, I was going to frame a collection of things. You know what I mean? It wasn't just going to be a standard jersey. It was going to be, whatever autograph I could get my hands on. So I've gotten myself an 8x10, the collage, the Walter Payton collage photo 8x10. Signed, it's inscribed, 2 inscriptions, which is cool. Certified by TriStar. And I got these. For the longest time, I couldn't decide which one that I wanted mounted with. I'm going to put those down, and then I'm going to pick up the camera so that you can get a better view of. These are both certified. That's Walter Payton. Black ink on a tan brim. And it is the Walter Payton hat. It's not just, Chicago Bears or whatever. It's the Walter Payton embroidered hat. It's his signature embroidered, and it's hand signature there. This is white ink on a black brim. Same hat, just different colors. Both are JSA certified. This guy, the black one, has the JSA. It has a full letter because I got it upgraded. Now, this guy has the JSA letter, but it's not specific to the item. This item was sold as a collection of Hall of Fame. It was sold as a Hall of Fame collection. It had that item. There was a Muhammad Ali. There was a Mickey Mantle autograph. Different sports, they picked different players and they sold it as a collection. So the letter is a general authentication for the collection. It doesn't have a picture. Now, I was going to send this, and I've just gotten delayed, and I never sent it. At some point soon, I'm going to Jersey, and I'm going to go directly to the JSA location in Jersey and have them take a look at it, get a letter. But eventually, one of those two is going to be a RAS item. I just haven't decided which one I wanted to mount up with that guy right there. I put him in a general frame for now, but I really want to get something much better, much more fancy on that guy. Oh, I'll give you a quick spin around. This is my office, this is my room, my sanctuary, the hallway. And that Warren Sapp photo, I've been waiting to try to get the knick-knack forever. Ever since I won it. He told me he wanted it. So I've been saving it for him, and that's where it sits. And hopefully when I go live tonight, I'm going to get a chance to pop the camera this way and tease him a little bit. Remember that? There it is. But yeah, no, this is a general of the office. I've got my some of my Patriot stuff in here because you know me, I'm Mr. Patriot. The girlfriend's Red Sox cubby. I did this because happy wife, happy life. Couple more Patriots things. Then we come over here. This is where the cable is going to get short, so I can't bring it any further. But in there, I got my Bo Jackson. There's a 2018 Browns complete team lid sign. That's got Baker, Nick Chubb, Denzel Ward, Manuel Agba, Myles Garrett, a whole bunch of others. A bunch of baseballs in there. Some of my helmets, and then another row behind it. Then some of the cards. Some more of the cards. Some of my jerseys. Limited space, I decided to display the baseball and the football or put away. And then some of the helmets. This is where it gets a little tricky to display, so bear with me. The chair up there. Plaza. And then that ball on the left there is a Joe DiMaggio, Ted Williams. That's a Mike Trout rookie year black ball sign. And then there's the Babe Ruth. There's the Ted Williams, Mickey Mantle. This did have the 2 Walter Payton hats that I just showed you, so I'll put that back together in a sec. And then these are some of my favoritos. And then up there is a couple more. And then some footballs spread all around. Yeah. And that's pretty much my sanctuary. a quick rough shot of thereof. It's funny, no matter what mood I'm in, I come in here and it's immediately soothing. Go figure, right? It's therapy. This is therapeutic. That's what it is. That's what it is. This is my therapy. Otherwise, I'd have gone crazy. But yeah, that's touch of my stuff. Not all of it's displayed, obviously. I just don't have the room. Most of my bats are strategically placed. I mean, I've got the Aaron Judge, Giancarlo Stanton, Gleyber Torres triple signed bat that sits next to my Reggie Jackson game used. Beautiful thing about that game used is it has been verified by Beckett that it was used during his Yankees career, not his Oakland career. So I was happy to buy it. If it was the Oakland career, or part of the Oakland career, I might have been hesitant. You know what I mean? It's game used, Reggie Jackson, Mr. October, but you know, for it to be non-associated to Yankees time, that would have been probably a deal breaker for me. But luckily, it was. So, but yeah, that's it's a bit of what I'm working with presently. You know, my whole adventure of sports memorabilia breaking and acquisition and collecting. This is all, I'd say, within 3 years, maybe a little longer. On most of the memorabilia stuff, you know, at heart, I'd always been a sports card collector. Um, but then I kind of stepped away for years, you know what I mean? I regret because in those years, some of the key players had come out, you know. If I would have been collecting, I definitely would have gotten myself some LeBron stuff early. Yeah, yeah. I'll tell you what. As far as the Aaron Judge bat goes, right? I don't have a Judge jersey, and I've been chasing one. I know that Hit Parade's. Yeah, it's the jersey, the Hit Parade. I don't remember what series, but I think it's the active series that Bam and Mike both have. It has a Judge jersey in it. It's an authentic. Uh, I've been chasing that. But I'll be honest with you. I mean, as long as one of us hits it, I'd be happy. If you hit it, I'm just as happy, to be honest with you. No worries. I'd just rather it not go to a stranger. uh, but as far as Aaron Judge, I am trying to acquire a solid little Aaron Judge collection. I don't know if it's going to be a player, you know, collection for wild card for series finale. But I'm always looking for my Yankee stuff, so I'll definitely keep an eye out for you. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And that was my thought. I'm gonna, and when you said that, you know, you don't know if people are trusted. I'm assuming that that's the Roy Holiday. Yeah, that was my hesitation as well. I mean, if it doesn't have a national certified, you know, one of the major players, then you know there's authenticity doubt. So that was my hesitation. That really was. It having the seal, but it's not one of those companies that's presently active or presently recognized. You know what I mean, or recognizable. You know, so I think that played a factor too. So I think that that's what I'll do. I think that I'll wait on that and get the JSA slap on it, and then when it's good JSA, then there's no doubt. You know, I don't have any doubt, but again, you're right. It's more of an obscure. You have to know the background. You have to have been collecting or have seen that product to understand. You know, yeah, no, I completely get it. Um, and that was the other thing that Anthony and I had talked about. We're all about the majors, major authenticators. You know, you get in my neck of the woods, right? There's a place called New England Picture. They have phenomenal relationships with, you know, the local teams to me: Red Sox, Bruins, Celtics, and Patriots. They're reputable, but again, if I were to put something on that was New England Picture certified, 98% of everybody in the room would not know because they're only local to me. They're reputable here. They work with JSA and all that jazz, sure. Um, but it's not a national, it's not a major. So yeah, I completely understand. Yeah, yeah, that's a good call. That's a good call. But yeah, that's what we're planning for tonight. We'll go live 9 o'clock. We're gonna call it pregame from 9 to 9:30, and then 9:30 we're gonna kind of go live and start breaking stuff, or at least offering and hanging out. And I'll be busting Anthony's chops pretty hard because that's what I do. My mother taught me at a very young age, when it is that you find what it is that you're good at, you stick with it. So I am an A-class asshole, and Anthony knows it better than most. All with the advice of my mother. Yeah, what was that? There were a couple other items I was thinking about wrestling. Yeah, forgot. Yeah. What was I gonna say? Yeah, I completely just blanked. Can you believe that? I can. I do that all the time. Hmm. Yeah, I was gonna say something, but I completely spaced it. Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, I kind of did the same thing. I was trying to take a power nap and wake up in time to catch the beginning of Mike. And yeah, I think I came in 45 minutes late, and I was still just waking up when I was coming into the room. Yeah, my sleep schedule has just been really, really, really weird lately. Uh, More small pockets of sleep than full night sleep, but temporarily anyway, it is what it is. Right now, good question actually. It is 10:09. 10:09 in the easy. That's the other thing I gotta do. I gotta get some WD-40 on this damn chair. I'll be damned if this shit's gonna be squeaking through the video all night. I won't have that. Hmm. Yeah, the you had mentioned you need to get some lid cases. Here's my best suggestion for you. I know that this lid case says $80, the one that I showed you there. But I got that from Hobby Lobby. Every other week, bro, they have a 50% off deal. They oh really? Oh, so you're okay. Oh, okay, I get it. You're not West Coast, but you're what? Eastern Mountain Standard Pacific. So you're standard time. Yeah, I think that's the right zone. The two middle zones I get confused. I know that the right zone, the east zone is Eastern, and the first of the continental U.S. zones is Pacific. Yeah, these cases, now you can do it one of two ways. If you have a Hobby Lobby close to you, my suggestion is you go in on Monday, shortly after they open, because they usually have at least one on the shelf. Now it's 50% off, so that case actually cost me $40. Yeah, yeah. The thing that I don't like about the Michaels one, and it might not be the full size helmet, it might be other sizes and shapes. They've got that wooden frame one. It's okay, but I like the elegance of the glass to glass with no wooden frame in between. You know what I mean? Where all the glasses touch the panels. I like it to be sealed shut, like that one. It just seems elegant glass to glass as opposed to I can actually show you that one where it's a wood case. For certain things, it's okay. Certain things, Personally, you put a helmet in one of those wooden case things, I think it takes away from it. You know what I mean? I like the elegance, and I get those at Hobby Lobby. And here's the deal that I just discovered with the virus in which we will not name, wreaking havoc on us and causing us to get things in alternative manners, went on to hobbylobby.com. Free shipping. And when it's 50% off in store, it's 50% off online. Now, here's the thing. The store always has a limited inventory. You know what I mean? They might have one or two that they'll put out. You can get as many as you want from the website, and they will ship it right to you for free at $40 a piece. I've got a couple of my most expensive. You know, if I had more surface area room to put the cases, you know, I'd display more of them in cases. But I got my Brady and Ray Lewis Chrome. It's inscribed all over it, you know. So I wanted to make sure that was well taken care of, not dusty or whatever. But yeah, the cases are absolutely essential, especially for things like blackouts. You'd be surprised how quickly the dust will take away from the black gloss, if you will. You know what I mean? Ooh, no doubt. And by custom cases, you're gonna do like custom glass work. Is it like stained glass, or is it more like custom on the wood framing and stuff on the bottom, or is it actually one of those illuminated? Is it gonna be lit up? Because that would be sick. You know, Russ. At some point, let me get through this series. I had some San Fran stuff, and I don't want to give too much away about the series, but there are at least two San Francisco, and I'm thinking to myself, when I say San Fran, I mean two reputable San Fran. Um, you know what? Screw it. Screw it, because I think I decided one of them is going to be a headliner anyway. So I'll give you a little insight. I can't tell you what one of the items is, but I'm going to show you on camera right now. Ooh, very nice. So when you say a case, is it like what's on the screen there? What was on the screen, a single helmet case, or is it actually more of a cabinet type thing that's going to be able to hold more than one helmet? Because that would be disgusting, especially if it's custom. Oh hell yes. Yeah, but I will. I usually get my hands on San Francisco things. I got a buddy who's a San Fran fan, so I'm always trying to find trade bait. But this is something, in the way that we put the series together, it allows me to not have the actual item in the series, so I can show you. But this is something somebody is going to win in the series. This is a Joe Montana, vintage Joe Montana, authentic football. The bladder has been no wait, this ball. I think the bladder has dry rotted, and that's gonna happen over time. It's unavoidable. It is repairable, or the bladder is replaceable. Um, but I didn't feel the need. Um, I got it more for the Joe Montana on an authentic vintage football. You know what I mean? But yeah, this is, and I'm going from the wrong screen because I didn't pop this to where I should have popped. So I'm going from my side, and that's what I was doing wrong. So yeah, it's authentic Joe Montana, Beckett certified. And then I will try and get that certification up in there. Oh, I could turn the light up. That's why. That might help. Come on. And anyway, it's D. D is in Delta. 16042. And it's a Beckett cert. But yeah, that's one of the San Fran items that's in the series. Whoops. I guess I can keep that on. So yeah, tried to go solid. I think next series there might be. Oh, you know what? Ooh, that's awesome. 10 feet wide. Oh, that is awesome. Yeah, that's more than a case. That's a full cabinet, bro. That is awesome. Yeah, buddy. You know what? Yeah, I'm gonna show you the other thing. For another. Now, this San Francisco item is more of a, well, it is and it's not. I mean, it doesn't have multiple autographs, but what this is a 16 by 20, Steve Young signed right there. It is JSA certified, JSA FF 32893. But it's a 16 by 20 Sports Illustrated cover, blown up. The Aikman Steve Young championship game that year, which they, endearingly called the real Super Bowl. But yeah, that's an item that is not something that there is a voucher for in the Madness box, but this is something that is an option if you take the wheel spin. This is one of the prizes available up on the wheel, and again, it goes to a choose your own adventure. So if you hit anything in the category of photo, I'm going to pull some photos out, and you get to choose which one you want. You know what I mean? It's not force you to take anything. You know what I mean? And that was again one of those. We love to win, but we prefer to win what we want as opposed to what we are given sometimes. You know what I mean? Obviously, sometimes the team, the player is just not something we as individuals desire. Somebody else might, but so the idea was to kind of give you options and put more personal collection items in your hand as opposed to things that you'd be more likely to trade off. You know what I mean? Or if you do, it's something that you're going to get good value for, and you'll be able to get a decent personal collection item out of. You know what I mean? That was the intention. Yeah, I don't know if you can tell. I'm very excited for tonight. I'm very, very excited for tonight. Um, Yeah, me neither. That was the first one that I've seen. Very rarely have I ever seen any Sports Illustrated cover blown up onto a 16 by 20. I don't know if it's a licensing thing, if it's a rights thing, because now you got to cross and make sure that Sports Illustrated is cool with it. It's still got to be an NFL licensed product, probably. That makes it complicated. I think that's probably one of the reasons why we don't see many. But I do see that as a rare item for that reason. I never see blown up Sports Illustrated covers. Now, the only other Sports Illustrated cover that I'd love to see blown up is the Sports Illustrated swimsuit edition cover. I would collect those for, from the origin, from the very beginning, back when the bathing suits were full suits. You know what I mean? It was like a three-piece suit. They had pants. When did a bathing suit have pants? Back in the beginning of Sports Illustrated swimsuit models. They actually wore pants as their bathing suit. You know what I mean? So they've evolved quite a bit, but that's really the only other Sports Illustrated cover I would ever want. Yeah, that was the other thing. So here's the thing. Um, I got confused and I got screwed up, right? So obviously, I've got the YouTube account, Yoda T. Um, Earlier this week, I wanted to do the configuration that I finished this morning. Um, and with YouTube, there are restrictions. You set it, and now you got to wait 24 hours to go live. Well, unintentionally, because it was late and I was tired, I configured my Yoda T channel. Didn't want that. Didn't want there to be any of that attachment because Anthony and I are partners, and it was not meant to look like, it was coming from Yoda T. So we wanted to source it out to be, coming from SBR channel. So the delay came when I discovered that I configured the wrong one. Now I had to wait another 24 hours. I started tackling it last night and got a bulk of the tedious stuff done. And then figured I'd do it with a fresh mind this morning. I'd finish it off, and then that's what I did, and that's what you saw the results of when it popped up. My next step will be
You know, over the few years that I've been breaking, I've gotten a lot of the phone numbers, and when I, made the mention that we'd be going live Friday, a bunch of people hit me up. So that's what I was going to do today is kind of go through text and push to everybody that we know that that I've traded with, communicated with in the past. Just give them a heads up. A lot of them, a bunch of them requested it, so I'll do that. But yeah, that was the only other concern was people finding the channel. You know what I mean? Um, I'll be honest with you. I'm excited for tonight. But I really don't expect there to be a massive turnout. You know what I mean? That would be, in my opinion, silly expectation. But I do believe as time goes on, more people will find the channel, and as I become more familiar with the playing around with the social media as it is, I'll be able to push more links. You know what I mean? Once I get this particular feed session done, then I'm going to go into the YouTube, the SBR YouTube channel, and kind of see if I can do anything to help uh, make it easier to get to the channel. But yeah, that is a concern of mine as well, is making sure everybody can get to the channel. The joke is when I asked Anthony to verify something for me 2 days ago. I was so confused at the time. I'm giving him Yoga T links, not SBR links. So he's obviously not coming to the right. I have in the past, not much, but I have not recently. But I started watching his stuff again, and there's a couple of things that I was on the fence I was going to get into, and I do remember one night I was watching his video in here, and then I woke up at about 4:30 in the morning. Apparently, I had fallen asleep in my chair and rolled off my chair, and I was like sitting forehead to the ground, my ass up in the air, passed out. Um, yeah, that was one of the nights that I was actually going to get into some of his stuff, and I ended up hard passed out, like literally that hard. Apparently, I just rolled right onto the floor and never changed my position. My ass is sticking out, and my forehead is on the carpet. It was weird. Oh no, absolutely not. Absolutely not. That's the other thing. Absolutely not. So I have a theory, and I'm on Hit Parade's site, Dave and Adams, and Gold Rush Steel City all the time, and they're constantly running sales. And I believe this to be and this is just my belief, no fact to run with. So this is just my opinion, and don't take it for gospel. But my opinion is this: some breakers will wait until things are on sale and scarf up a bunch of them. And then when they break them in their channel, they don't mention that they got them on sale, so they're trying to get full price for them. That increases the amount of profit they make on that one product. Um, and then they're going with market what everybody else is charging. I don't think that that's fair. I think that you make the spot price based on, and it's fair to make a little bit of money. I mean, don't get me wrong. This isn't UNICEF, you know what I mean? But there's no need to absolutely overcharge either. The absolute certainty that you will always get from our room, our prices, chances are always going to be lower. And it's not to say everybody else is overcharging or whatever. It's to say we have a formula. If we buy something at something, we're not trying to make more than a certain amount off each item, and it's not even a dollar amount, it's a percentage. And it's a very small one at that. And that will ensure that people, because again, it's all about the persona, right? I mean, people know us as break participants, but they don't know us as breakers. So there's going to be a certain amount of skepticism. So my goal was to alleviate as much of that skepticism as I could. The brand new bat series, I'm going to be honest with you, I ended up having to buy at full price. I bought them for $169.99 a piece. 170, yeah, 170 if you round up. Um, I think our spot prices were going to make that for 750, which is less than anybody else. I believe everybody else is doing baseball bat spot prices at $8. And it's just a testament to not trying to, get rich. This is not the intention of this break room. It's not to be career breakers. It's not to have, I don't need a job anymore because this is no, that's not the intention. I'm an IT guy, man, and I love what I do. I love what I do. I'm very diverse in the field. There are people that spend careers specializing in a piece of what I know. You know what I mean? I'm just a very broadly skilled IT guy. I mean, from every tier and every department, from federal government work to state work. I worked for the state of Texas Department of Family Protective Services. I was a regional tech 3 and a system support specialist 3 at the same time. I mean, that's always been my go-to is IT, you know, and I love sports and I love memorabilia. You know, as you can tell, you see me in the rooms and joking around and being a clown or whatever. But it's never been the intention that this could potentially replace that. Because I find so many people are not lucky enough to do what they love in their professional career, and I actually am. You know, I'm able to do exactly what I love to do, and that says a lot. You know what I mean? So it's never been try to replace one with another, and this becomes my new career. You know, it's never. So you'll see that in all of the prices. You know what I mean? And Anthony and I have been talking. And our theory is as much full disclosure as absolutely humanly possible. You know, the other side of the coin too is there will be some things that we probably won't share openly, and it's not because we're trying to hide, but because we're trying to respect the other breakers that don't necessarily share that because they have a right not to. You know what I mean? So if we create a standard and we start getting more information out than other breakers do, passively and indirectly, it makes the other breakers kind of an X against them. That's not the intention either. You know what I mean? So again, within the guidelines that have already been set in the community, you know, we are trying to revamp. It's like breaking 2.0, but it's still within the parameters of ethical, and it's still within the community parameters. You know, not trying to step on any toes. You know what I mean? Again, yeah, that sky cam will get square. We'll get that square today. Thing can bend and move in so many different directions. You never know which way you're actually moving it. There we go. That's a good sky view. I didn't realize that top camera was pointed towards the carry-all, wasn't pointed down. Oh, I wonder. You know what? Is this possible? I think we'll do that. Kind of gives it a little bit bigger. It doesn't really inhibit, you know, enough of the main screen. And then that way it's not a novelty, it actually serves a purpose. You can see it. And so far, yeah, right, because this is a complete window capture. And that's what the Madness Series spreadsheet will look like. Pretty straightforward. Then the other side is I'm going to kind of copy the template. No formulas put in or anything. I just made it simple manual. You know, clear the form afterwards, save it, and then clear it because I am going to keep each spreadsheet for each break individual. You know, name it and save it and then clear it. I'm going to set one up today. It's going to be the same template. It's just going to be baseball. You know what I mean? So, yes, I can. Whoops. Let me do this. So that, yeah, good call, Russ. Good call, right? Because at times we're going to need to verify my line versus others or who got their choice in or whatever. Yeah. Yeah, we can pop that. You got to pop it out. Well, it's a little different because I'm not on YouTube, right? So it does link to the YouTube chat, but it won't let me type in. I can see it, but then I had to pop it out and sign in through YouTube just for this chat window, you know what I mean? But then it gets confusing because I do it through Google Chrome, and Google Chrome wants to make it as easy for you as possible, so Google Chrome likes to think it knows who you want to log in as. No. So I can't do a dual login aspect. Like if I got Google Chrome open and I've got the OBS Studio pushing feed onto YouTube Live to the SBR account, I can't also log into another window on YouTube as Yoda T. That's a limitation. I haven't tried to do it different browsers. I think I would be able to, but at that point, kind of counterproductive. It defeats the purpose, right? Because I don't need to be Yoda T and typing as, you know what I mean? So, yeah, I'm going to minimize that today too. That one I can shrink down the 20-second delay. I can shrink that a little bit. Oh, right on, UPS, huh? Very cool. I had a friend of mine, well, I say a friend of mine. So he was dating a woman. They split up. I started dating the woman. Um, her ex worked at UPS. Um, he liked it. He liked it. Not for nothing, you know, I'm the guy that always tries to find the brighter side. Here's the brighter side of that. Could be worse. You could be working at Amazon. From what I'm being told, it's horrible nightmare. It's not that you can't take a bathroom break, but they are holding you accountable for every second. So it pushes you behind, if that makes sense. It pushes your pace back, your schedule back. You will be reprimanded, blah, 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 because you took a bathroom break and now your accounts are low. You know what I mean? Yeah, I just figured out how to do this. The problem was I didn't know how to keep the camera video on top of everything else. And I stumbled upon that too. It's the position, the priority, if you will. There's a list. So for this, if you will, scene, I have the window capture, I have the video, and I have the chat, right? Depends on where they are in the list. That is the layer, if that makes sense. So I had it at the bottom of the list, and every time I click on the spreadsheet, I'd lose the video. And I was like, why? You know, so it turned into I just had to mess around and change priority. I want this on top, so it has to be on the top of the list. And for that reason, to be honest with you, I'm kind of glad that I waited until this morning to mess around with everything. Oh yeah, that's the Team Sign Browns. Different shots of it. One of the screensaver or wallpapers that I got. Now, this is one of my favorite acquisitions. This right here is Albert Pujols, verified rookie signature. 2001 rookie graph. Yeah, yeah, they're pretty lenient, right? Not that you can get away with anything, but they're not exactly the most strict in a professional environment to be in either. Yeah. And this guy here, I bought the Kobe Bryant. I bought that for Anthony. Good deal. And he's been dying to get a Kobe Bryant auto. I still don't have one. I don't have a Kobe Bryant auto. I'm convinced one day I will get lucky. No. So here's the deal with my job. They merged with another nonprofit because financially, the nonprofit I worked for was facing more than tough times. And they merged with another nonprofit. The nonprofit becomes kind of the parent managing organization, and they already had IT facilitating. There was my position was actually dissolved when I was released. My position doesn't exist anymore because they kind of restructured the entire. I don't want to say management, almost executive tier structure. Yeah. So no, that's that one's not coming back. But you know, here's the thing. Um, that's okay. I significantly strengthened my resume. Um, yeah, well worth the time. That we'll just say well worth the time that I put in. It was one of the more unique experiences, professional experiences I've ever had. And that comes from a background of already being diverse IT experience. You know. But yeah, unfortunately, that one won't be coming back. But it's okay, you know, because when one door closes, another one opens. Um, I'm just gonna hold off for a little while, and you know, no joke when I say this, I mean this. I'm one of the very few people that, even with the $600 federal support unemployment, I make less money at home than I did working. You know, so I am taking a bit of a hit not going to work. But the other side of the coin too is My girlfriend is a pharmacy technician. Now she has to go to work, and that is, one of the front line, professions. Especially now with the virus, in which we will not we won't refer to its name. She's front line, so being in a relationship with her, it's kind of obligation now for me to do what I can to keep us safe. And she, unbelievable the amount of effort she puts forth just to keep us safe. Going shopping alone, just going to get groceries and stuff, sanitizes everything. The whole nine. It's crazy. But she does all that to keep us safe. So with me, my favorite aspect, my favorite subcategory, if you will, of IT is field service. I love to be in the field, and I love to be in different environments, constantly changing. Now, with the virus wreaking havoc, I can't ensure that other office environments are as safe as they should be, so that it puts me at risk, and then ultimately it puts her at risk. So for the time being, the sacrifice I'm making, staying home. I get my own employment in the federal, and it's not like I'm hurting, but again, I'm not making as much money as I was when I was working, but it's not so little that I'm struggling, you know what I mean? And the other side of the coin, too, is it also allowed the dedicated time needed to put this little project together, you know what I mean? With the full-time job that really never ended. I mean, I was logging in at 11, 12, 1 o'clock in the morning, verifying things and making sure things were on the up and up, and features were active and things were functioning. So it was a heavy weight off the shoulders. But yeah, for now I'm just pretty much isolating myself primarily. I'm home all the time, and I'm just not used to that. You know what I mean? Even after doing it for a couple of months, I needed something to do. Otherwise, I was going to climb up the walls, and that's what this project was. I mean, it was obviously in play long before I was released, but it was allowed to make a lot more progress in the last couple of months due to the free time I've had. Yeah, no doubt. I was just saying that same thing to Anthony. And when Mike, if Mad Mike ever sees this video, bro, I'm not. Don't be offended, because I'm absolutely not saying this to be offensive. But I had been breaking with Mike and Robbie, as a matter of fact, for a long time. And you get to know them, the personality. Texting both of them, chatting with them. You get to know them, and you know what I do? I do the exact same thing you do. I put a face, whether it's an accurate face or not. I put a face to the personality, right? And the first time that I saw Mike was off the reflection of a chrome lid, and he looked nothing like I would have assumed. Robbie, the chrome lid, after breaking with Robbie for literally years, the chrome Tony Romo lid that I won, that was the first time I ever saw a reflection of him. Completely different. Completely different. Like, I thought, and Robbie, Swifty Serve, if you ever, man, again, don't be offended. I'm not trying it. It's not intended. That's not the intention. But, bro, I pictured you, no joke, 6'2", blonde, built like a brick shit house. You know what I mean? You're a guy that you just seem so easygoing that the people that, because I'm a martial artist, right? And the people that I know that are easygoing are the people that have nothing to prove, because they are beyond all that. They are now comfortable. I put you there, bro. I put you as this towering giant. I really did. The personality gave me that image. Towering giant, built like a brick shithouse. Oh, and by the way, in my head, you were like blonder than blonde. For some reason, you were a blonde dude. And you had neither one of you, Mike, Robbie, neither one of you had any facial hair. In my, image, and they both blew my mind completely. Completely. I didn't know you. I didn't think you. I wasn't sure if you. Will say this. I wasn't sure if he was black, but I will tell you one thing for sure. I knew that some bitch was from New York. There was no doubt about that. 100%. As soon as he said for the very first time, "Welcome to Mad Mike Breaks," yeah, you're in New York. I can tell, and I immediately loved it. Don't take it the wrong way. I was immediately, oh, I'm gonna love this guy. You know, not for nothing. I am gonna love this guy, New Yorker, and he's not even trying to hide it, man. I love it. I love it. So yeah, that was my introduction experiences, if you will, with Robbie and Mike. Um, Bam had a bit of an advantage because I think, stumbled onto his Facebook page in early stages of him being out as a breaker. So I didn't have to imagine, you know what I mean? I was given a direct, picture, so to speak, so it left nothing up for imagination. And the same thing with Anne Marie. I think I stumbled onto her Facebook a while ago. So there was no question with him. But with others, yeah, it was really, really, really neat. I'll be honest with you. I know Anthony's not on right now, and who knows if he's gonna check this video. But when I first started chatting with Anthony and we first started putting this together, you got to understand, we did this whole thing without meeting each other in person. We met each other in person for the first time about a month ago. We met. It was supposed to be a Casino A, but oh shit, you are here. All right. I'll say it anyway. Yo, Russ, I'll be honest with you. When I first started chatting with Anthony, I thought Anthony was black, man. I'll be honest with you. I thought Anthony was black. Yeah, he's back. So I was, yeah, I was thrown. I was thrown because I didn't jump on his Facebook right away either. You know what I mean? I'm an IT guy, but I'm not really a social media junkie. We'll say at one point I might have been delving into, um, but an ex relationship, we'll just say, significantly discouraged me from YouTube or from Facebook after that, to the point where my original Facebook profile is not the one that I use now. I created an entirely new Facebook profile, which makes it complicated because you can't use your name twice, you know what I mean? And they don't like you using character names. And I really would have preferred that my Facebook name be Yoda T, but they're saying I'm using character names. Yeah, you're right. So I had to make it Yoda. So I sound like I'm from the Middle East. I went from a Star Wars character to Middle East, which is awesome. Half the planets in Star Wars were desert anyway, so. Oh, right on. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Here's the thing, though, right? Because this setup is all new for me. I've got one monitor on the wall kicking over there, so I have. Okay, I can turn that up. How's now? Is it any better now? Because I was kind of quieting down a little bit. You know what? I thought it was Russ that was saying that. I'm turning it right back to where it was because I know Anthony doesn't know his ass from his elbow. He's gonna tell me to turn the. I gotta turn. You know what you need to do, Anthony? You need to turn the volume up on your phone, bro. I think that's gonna work for you. I don't know. Call me crazy. But if you turn the volume up on your device, I'm also gonna get louder. Volume up, volume down. Deep Thoughts by Jack Handy. Oh, I'm gonna have so much fun busting your balls all night long, Anthony. All night long. All night long. All night. I'm gonna bust your balls all night. And trust me, I'll have plenty of caffeine to be sharp and on point. Oh, and I told you I was writing down topics to talk about. It's funny, Anthony. I started going with looking into opening night, opening day, blah, 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 all that shit. And then I just started writing topics down, not really trying to categorize them. And then afterwards, I started looking at them. And I'm not kidding. Of the 25 cards that I have, 23 of them are topics that bust your balls. Just saying, I'm prepared, bro. Yup, yup. Because I am going to bust your balls all night long. All night. Yeah, and here's the other thing, now that you're on it, I can talk to you, give you a quick update. I haven't built the baseball spreadsheet yet. I'm going to use the same template as the Madness Series spreadsheet, but I don't want to give myself false hope. I don't want to build a sheet and then get disappointed and the stuff didn't show up. Okay, guys, getting into town. I gotta get off my phone. I'll see you tonight. Oh, right on, right on. Will do, bro. Thanks for checking in, bro. And thanks for the advice and thanks for helping out, bro. I really appreciate it, Russ. I really do. And I'm gonna make a mention with your permission, you know, of course. I'm gonna make a mention to that tonight, and let everybody know that we have the first golden ticket recipient, and his name is Russ24. Right on, my brother. I'll see you tonight. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Enjoy your day. Be safe. Be safe. Especially now. But Anthony, between you and me, I cannot wait to go live because literally, I'm going to bust your balls. All night long. All night. Gonna bust your balls. All night. So you better give me some real topics to talk about because otherwise you know where my category is going to go. And you know me, I never get tired busting your balls. People might get tired of hearing about it, but I don't think I'm going to get tired doing it, so you got to give me something. Number one fan? Who's the number one fan? Who's my number one fan? I don't have fans. I'm not that cool. My number one fan? Who the hell is that, bro? I didn't know I had any fans, so I'm not that cool. My name is not Anthony. I don't have fans. I got a community of people that detest me, I'm sure. That's more likely. Yeah. Alright. Yeah, so that's the background, by the way. I put a lot of thought into that. You can't see anything in great detail. And that was the other definer. It looks like there's a lot of stuff there, but you can't see anything specifically. Ha-ha! Anyway, garbage camera. You know what I mean? It's the one off the laptop, so what are you going to do? I can either zoom it so that, you know, it's focused at this point, or I can zoom it and it's focused at that point. And if it's focused at that point, this point is blurry. If it's focused at this point, that's the best clarity that we get. You know what I mean? It's not meant to be specific. It's just meant to be, you know, more of a atmosphere. You know, yeah, whatever. And I talked to Russ, actually. He gave me some great advice while you were gone. I'm going to hold off on putting the Roy Halladay up for Raz. Because he is a baseball guy, and he knows who Roy Halladay is, which is huge. But he's right. Even though it has its own certification and it is legit, it's not a company that's around anymore. They weren't an authenticated. They were a card manufacturing company. They handled minor league stuff. They're not in existence anymore, and you have to have this knowledge, like I do, to know and to have faith and rely on the fact that that's authentic. A lot of people don't. You know, everybody's JSA world now. JSA, PSA, DNA, you know, whatever, the reputable national authenticators. So you made a great point, and I'm not putting it up on Raz tonight because I don't want there to be any doubt, you know what I mean, on the, call it legitimacy of our product, of our quality, of our standard. That's the word. I don't want to compromise the standard. And I think that putting something out, if the standard is JSA, or if you put something out that's not, man, it's not the standard. You know what I mean? It's just not the standard. And I think I made a decision today. I think that the Walter Payton brown brim black auto, I think that might be the Raz item for tonight, or at least a Raz item on my end. That has the full official letter. It has everything. And the more I look at the Payton jersey that I have, it's white ink signed. And I think that I'd like to keep that theme going. And if I have two material autographs, you know what I mean, on a cloth material or that sort of cotton, I'd like them to be the same color. So that being said, I think we'll have a Walter Payton cap for Raz tonight. And I made the decision on that after Russ gave me the great advice. Yeah, it's not JSA, it's not national, you know, and it is certed, but you have to have that info to know, and most people don't. And if I have to tell them, then it could be taken the wrong way. You know what I mean? Raises a skeptical eyebrow, or has the potential to raise a skeptical eyebrow. So for that reason, scrapping until it gets certain. So if it's a success, we run through the series, you know, sooner than later, and we get it done soon, you know, push through it. That will directly dictate how soon I make the trip to Jersey to get certain things, you know, nationally certed. On that note, as well, you and I might want to do a push going through the venues in which we acquire our autographs, see if we can find something that has local certification, you know, on my end, like a New England picture or something. I know they're real, I know they're legit, but they're not nationally recognized. It's not going to be a problem. I know it'll pass an authentication. You know what I mean? That sort of thing. We get them less expensive, get them certified, and we got future RAS items, future break items, future whatever. Not to mention, hopefully, we'll be solidly in the door with RSA, so we'll have access to, you know, the privates and everything else that too. So that's going to help to rebuild future series. Um, yeah, if you want to stay on the feed, give me 1 second. I'm stepping away. I will be right back. And I don't know if you're still here with me. Yeah, that's what I was gonna come back and actually. How do I do that now? With screen action, swapping from screen to screen, spreadsheets. All right, what I'm gonna do, because I've got that monitor set up so that when I'm braking, I've got a screen close to my eyes so that I can see where camera versus item is. That's this. Bring this over here for a sec. And that's going to be running in the background, right, all the time. Different tabs will have, well, here's the example to give you a visual for what I was talking about last night. This is a spreadsheet. Adding sheets. These are all naturally in a workbook. The association is the sheets are saved here. The book is the 3-ring binder, and that's the group collection of file. Now, with this, I want to ask your opinion. Because we're doing the redundant documentation of the spots and everything, would it be better for me to do something like this? Have a couple of sheets. I'm going to call this one. Delete? No, we don't want to delete that. Yeah. Yeah. So that's Madness round 1. We're going to call this sheet baseball bat. No, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to stop being dumb. And I'm going to continue to stop being dumb now. I promise. Delete. Here's I'm going to show you the most efficient way because I was being stupid. Right here. Copy to new spreadsheet. Copying sheet. Sheet copied successfully. Wait. It was supposed to. Maybe I do this. Let's try this one again. Now, somewhere in our shared drive, Anthony, you see Madness Series Round 1 in parentheses, 1 and 2. That's where they went. I'm going to do this. I think this is what I'm going to do. I like, oh, shoot. Okay, so this field, we're going to go and hold on. And I'm truly hoping that this is all inclusive. I'm going to copy. We're going to paste. I knew that was going to. Oh, I love spreadsheets. I will get more efficient with this, Anthony. I know that there's a better way to do this. This is all manual the way I'm doing it right now, but I know it sucks. I know it is. It's gotta go. There's gotta be a better way. I know there's a better way. I know there's a better way, bro. I'll find it. This is gonna be bad. This is gonna be baseball bat. Hit Parade baseball bat, Series 15. Batter. And this is something different. I know what you're gonna say. I know what you're gonna say. I do, really. Oh, you son of a bitch. Mm. Oh, things like that. Yeah, hold on. Yo. No, sure you are. Yeah. Priorities, man. I'm being an asshole. What do you say? Oh yeah, melodramatic. Well, if you don't get water right now, you're gonna die. Blue Elf is about to die. Blue Elf needs water badly. No, wait, it's food badly. My bad. What? Um, faking it well, aren't I? Yep. Nope. I don't have any. I don't have anything set up yet for the Madness series. No idea what you're talking about. I Yeah, I don't have a Madness series spreadsheet set up yet though. This is a Madness series spreadsheet. Have I confused you yet? That was the goal, motherfucker. And you'll see this me pointing my finger at you on the screen in about 20 seconds because Russ helped me figure that we've got a 20-second delay that sometime between now and then, I gotta find a way to shrink down as much as possible. Okay, hold on, not for nothing. Then we're not at a 20-second delay because I didn't do that 20 seconds ago. You know what I mean? So that's good news. We might already, I don't need to, okay, so I might not need to go through that setting and change quality. Here it is, it's stream quality, right? It's all about bandwidth. The higher quality I want the video to be, the more lag there is. And I thought that I found the perfect balance because if I bring it down any less, it's Now, with where I'm at, I think I've got the best of both. The quality is there, everything looks good. The quality is there, everything looks good. The quality is there, everything looks good. I'm just going to say it again. Quality is there, and everything looks good. So yeah, that's what I was looking at. No. All right, give me a second because I want to fatten this and kind of fill. Okay, one. And eventually, I'm going to do something to make more visually attractive the cell sheets and huh? Be honest with you right now, I have no idea where it's at. You might not actually. I might not have it shared out to you yet. And earlier today, you hit the nail on the head. I think what I've been doing is creating my drive and sharing it out as it pertains to you. You know what I mean? So I wasn't confusing you. So the difference is I think that I'm just going to drag it or relocate everything to the shared folder and give you permission. And then it's in a shared. It's not in a different version. It's not in my drive and your shared drive. You know what I mean? It's in both of our shared drives. So when referencing it, it's going to make it easier, I think. Well, we were confusing that earlier, you know what I mean? I'm going to summarize what you're about to say. When I was talking, no, it's in my drive, dude. You need to go to my drive. No, it's in shared drive for me. Oh, you know what? You're right. And that was after I chewed you out because you were being an idiot, which you weren't being, you know what I mean? So I don't want to do those miscommunications again. So if we put it to, it's shared to both of us, then there's no lost in translation. No. keep it in yours, but share it to me, and then that's going to be a tag identifier that it's not a definitive project. It's an idea. You know what I mean? There you go. And then once it's locked in and it's applicable, and we run it through realistic scrub, and yeah, we can make this work. And then it goes into the shared drive as an official project to move forward with. You see what I'm saying? Well, I was 2 seconds ago, so I think that you're just seeing it like literally maybe 10-second, 11-second delay. And I am going to flip you off right now. Tell me when you see it on the camera. Fuck. It is long. Okay. Let me see what I can do. Streaming output. Output mode simple. Bitrate 2500. And I can't go. Oh, mother. Oh, you know what it is? I can't make these changes because I'm live right now. So these changes are in place, so I can't change. Yeah, I'm not stupid. Promise. Okay. This one. You cannot change these settings while you're live. Yeah, thank you. I just told you that. All right. No, I just went outside a few minutes ago. Nothing yet. But this is not. Ooh, stream delay. Holy shit! Stream delay. Hold on, bro. You're gonna fucking love this. You're gonna love this. And I just enabled a 0-second delay. I'm here to tell you that that was an issue before, and the best, my last round when I did this, you know, the videos you saw into the ODT, the best I could get it was 11-second lag, and Matt Petlock and I timed it. I asked him to jump on and time it for me. It was 11 seconds. Are you still seeing? Okay, I'm going to say this now. I'm flipping you off. Tell me when you see it. Okay, it's going to be 18 seconds still because the session has to end and restart for that setting to change.